Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Renelle, your host, your public address announcer, and community ambassador for your San Francisco Giants. We are delighted to have you all with us tonight on behalf of the Giants Community Fund. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this very special and very important conversation focused on supporting Black youth here in San Francisco and beyond. In February, we unite in celebration of Black History Month. It is a month in which we celebrate Black achievements throughout this nation's history. We celebrate Black excellence. We celebrate Black joy. It's also a time for reflection, for action, and yes, for change. And let me be clear, Black history happens every day of the year. And the Giants Community Fund is committed to a year-round, 12-month, 365-day pursuit as we all work together to develop equitable resources and support for the Black community. Last May, in celebration of the 90th birthday of our beloved Hall of Famer, the great Willie Mays, the Giants Community Fund launched a new scholarship program, the Willie Mays Scholars. The Willie Mays Scholars program aims to make college aspirations come true for San Francisco's Black youth and empower them to pursue their goals to be successful in high school, in college, and beyond. In San Francisco alone, only 31% of Black students earn a bachelor's degree compared to 74% of white students. The Willie Mays Scholars Program strives to address racial and educational inequities by providing opportunities for Black youth in San Francisco to prepare for, to attend, and to succeed in college. Our scholars receive up to $20,000 to support them through high school and college. This includes hands-on mentoring, tutoring, and tailored wraparound services that will serve them for years to come. Let me tell you what's included in this fantastic program. Academic programming and holistic support from experts in their fields. Our partners, 100% College Prep and Alive and Free, whom I'll be speaking with later on in the program. We're happy to have them on board. College tours to local and historically Black colleges and universities. Annual financial planning so that our scholars graduate with as little debt as possible. That's a big deal. College preparation courses and educational workshops, and so much more. I'm so very excited to see this program come to fruition. And since we are talking Black history, some of you may know that my dad was the first Black high school principal in San Francisco back in the 1960s. My mom was also a teacher, so I was raised to understand the importance and the value of education and community service. Daddy always said to me, education is the greatest deterrent to racism. So I'm all in, Willie Mays Scholars. I am all in. And now it's my honor to introduce you a man who is playing a pivotal role in this program. Please welcome Giants Community Fund board member, former Giants outfielder, forever Giant, my brother, Randy Wynn. Can we do this already? Hey, Randy, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Let's talk about you recently joining the Giants Community Fund, the board of directors. So tell us what inspired you to get involved.
Well, I mean, the first thing is just familiarity, being familiar with the community fund and their programs and all the good that they do in the community in San Francisco and the Bay Area as a whole. We know about the Junior Giants, the Willie McCovey Stretch Drive, and also knowing people that have served on this board and the staff members. I've known them all for a very long time. So the first thing was familiarity. And then the second, if you go back to even when I was a player, being involved in charitable activities, and especially when it had to do with kids. When I played, I was involved with the Major League Baseball Players Association, the Players Trust, which had a bunch of programs centered around kids, which included buses for kids, which bus inner city kids to the stadium. They got to come out on the field, meet some of the players, get some autographs, hang out, talk, laugh, ask questions. and also going to visit, local YMCA. So being involved in the communities that I played in, being involved with the kids in those communities, kids, sports, charity work, all of those things wrapped together are all things that I enjoy doing.
It's all in your wheelhouse, if I may use a baseball term.
Yes.
Well, you serve on the IDEA Task Force for the Giants Community Fund, which stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Action. Can you share with us what your role is on the committee?
Yeah, I don't know if I have an exact role per se on the committee, but I think one of the things that drew me to the community fund and this task force in general is just being an advocate and a voice. So if I had to say what's my role, it's a voice to talk about diversity. In my experience, when you talk about social justice, diversity, those issues, when they are in the global discussion, when people are out in the streets and they are, when they're out there talking about it, being involved, companies, organizations, they listen and they want to do things around those topics. Diversity, they want to, their hiring practice, they want to see what they can do in the community. But as time goes and the enthusiasm for those things wane a little bit, organizations kind of get away from that. So I think my role is to be the voice to say, hey, these things need to be at the forefront of our decision making. These things need to be at the forefront of our planning, of our programs, of our hiring processes. Because if we're going to be the charity for our community, the community is diverse. And so that needs to be reflected in the way our board membership is set up, the way that we hire, the way that we have programs, who those programs are for, who we're inviting to be a part of those programs. So like I said, my role is to be an advocate and to be a voice for all the people that don't have that voice.
Well, your voice is huge and it's an important voice, and I couldn't think of a better representative to serve on this task force. What excites you most about? I'm so excited that Willie Mays is being honored in this way and that these kids are going to have this opportunity. But what are you excited about the Willie Mays Scholarship Program?
Well, I mean, how much time do we have? There's so much to talk about with the Willie Mays Scholars and the program and the scholarship, and being able to be a part of this scholarship from the inception of it to the reality of it has been huge. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I honestly thought that this was going to take us maybe a couple years to get this program off the ground. And, there was a lot of heavy lifting done by the staff and other board members to not only fund this, but get the ideas together, partner us with tremendous community programs, doing all of that work to be able to say that the Giants and Giants Community Fund have a Willie Mays Scholar Program is super exciting. But I guess the thing that I'm most excited about is the kids. Being able to be a part of the interview process and getting to meet the kids and talk to them. They were so inspirational. I like to think back when I was that age. I don't think I was that inspirational nor that mature. I mean, these kids are truly amazing. And the huge thing about this scholarship, I think that it's access and opportunity. It's an opportunity to go to college, and it's an opportunity for access to a reality that's bigger than probably what these kids can see, touch, think, smell, imagine. So for me, as a kid that in high school was offered 0 scholarships to go play Division I sports and had to get to school by getting good grades, for me, education was my access to being able to play baseball in college and then professionally. So it's life-changing to be able to go to college. The opportunity is absolutely life-changing. And I think that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And last November, we had a wonderful event at the ballpark where we were able to surprise and announce our inaugural class of Willie Mays Scholars. I thought it was just a tremendous night. What were your emotions that night, or how did you feel the night went?
I had a lot of emotions. First of all, being very proud, as I mentioned, being able to get the scholarship up and running in such a short period of time. Butterflies and anxious for our young scholars who didn't quite know why they were there and probably didn't know quite what they were getting into, but also having the experience to see that what they were going to go through was absolutely life-changing. And that's why I thought it was important. I brought my son with me, he's only 12, but I want him to see and start thinking about college and things beyond what he thinks about on a daily basis. So for me, the program, that November dinner event was the culmination of a lot of hard work. And then also I thought it was kind of a springboard into us looking into the future, into the eyes of these young scholars.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And like you said, these kids are so impressive. And I didn't have it together when I was their age either.
Not at all.
I was just trying to go to the Circle Star Theater and see the Jackson Five. That's really all I cared about at that time. I kid. But listen, Randy, we're so grateful to you for putting all this time and energy and effort into this most important program. You are a beloved forever giant, and you're my brother. And this is, let me just show that I have props. Can you see me and Randy on the set of Forever Giants?
Yes.
The Emmy Award-winning show, the Emmy Award-winning series, Forever Giants. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you do, and I know you're going to be, well, I guess I have to say it. You're going to knock it out of the park, Randy Williams. That's what you're going to do. Thank you so much on behalf of the Giants Community Fund for all that you do, Randy.
My honor and my pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Say hi to Blessings and the kids for me too, okay? Thank you. All right. Well, speaking of the reveal event that we had last November, here's a behind the scenes look at that very special night. Let's roll the video.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to what is going to be a fantastic and very special night. We're so excited to celebrate and induct our very first class of Willie Mays Scholars. So here's the deal, everyone. We have 5 students and their loved ones who will be arriving any minute now. They know they're coming to the ballpark for a special event. They don't know yet that they have been inducted into the Willie Mays Scholarship Program. So it's going to be a huge surprise for the kids and their families. Oh my God, they're coming up the tunnel right now. I'm telling you, surprises make me so nervous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the inaugural class of the Willie Mays Scholars.
I'm very proud to be a part of this effort. This program will give you young men and women something to believe in themselves. It will encourage them to reach their full potential, accomplish academic success, and then give back to their communities and our world. Thank you very much, Willie Mays.
This opportunity to enhance your life, to live and to make a more equitable society. It is an opportunity that will take you to places that you have not dreamed of.
To the scholars, we are here to support you academically. We're here to support you social, emotionally, whatever you need, we're here to support you. And we can't wait to watch you soar to the highest heights.
To the San Francisco Giants Community Fund. I don't know if you really realize what you're doing here, but as one who, Diane and I, who work with young people, you're really doing something that's historic.
Well, it truly was such a night of inspiration. And I was also so happy that our Black Excellence ERG was in attendance, as we plan to be an integral part of this program as well. And now I am thrilled to welcome our next guests to our virtual stage. They are two of our 5 members of the inaugural class of Willie Mae Scholars, 11th graders, Tagate Breaky and Jasmine Keel. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's so nice to see you both again, Tagate and Jazzy. We're going to start by having you all both introduce yourselves to our viewers tonight. Let us know where you're from, your high school, and some of your extracurricular activities and interests. And Tagate, let's start with you.
Hi, my name is Tagate, if you haven't heard already. I go to City Arts and Technology High School. I'm 11th grader, and extracurriculars I like to participate in are basketball, community service, and just a hobby. I like to go into nature and go on hikes.
Oh, very soothing, very comforting. I like that. I'm with you on that. Jazzy J, Jasmine, you're up.
My name is Jasmine Keel. I'm in the 11th grade and I attend Mission High School. Some of my extracurricular activities I enjoy doing are soccer and volleyball. And I'm currently in the playoffs with my school right now for soccer. I also enjoy spending time with my my animals, my dogs, and traveling.
Oh, that's all good stuff too. How many dogs do you have?
2, but technically 3 because one's my cousin, but he's mine. So
it's a shared situation.
Yeah.
But it was so nice meeting you both at that event last November. We just saw you all, in that moment where you found out that you were becoming a Willie Mae Scholar. So, Jasmine, I want to ask you what were the emotions for you that night? What was that night like for you? And by the way, you did stretch your stuff beautifully onto the floor.
I just, that popped into my head. I was like, oh, well, I have to. I don't know. Yeah.
You do.
Well, that night was very remarkable for me. And it was I was in disbelief because I had been hinted that I had been awarded the scholarship, but I didn't want to, I was kind of hesitant because there was no like formal statement. We just got invited for a celebration at the park. But I had a lot of butterflies that night and just like there were so many emotions going through me. And the park really brought warmth to me. I don't know why, it was just this feeling, but that is a metaphor because I was freezing that night. I was freezing.
Well, you didn't seem nervous at all. You were composed. You strutted your stuff like you've been doing it your whole life. It was fantastic. Tagate, what about you? What was that night like for you?
It was definitely a surprise. I did not expect. Well, the thing was that I thought that there would be a handful of students going to the ballpark, and then they would like announce the 5 that would get brought up to be the Willie Mae Scholars. But then I saw that everybody was there for us 5 specifically, and there was only us. And it was very nerve-wracking, but everybody made it feel very welcoming, and I felt like I was in a place I belong.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's how we wanted you all to feel. And again, you also looked very composed as well. So you two are extremely impressive. So what has your experience been like so far? I know the program is just getting started, but can you share with us some of the things that you all have been doing and participating in? Tagate, you want to go first, please?
Yeah, so we've been every week on Tuesdays been participating in a Live and Free leadership program. And it's been a very interesting learning experience because oftentimes a lot of learning or programs have to do with academics, but this is a program that helps you think about outside of the box in real life situations, and it gives me wisdom for when I get older and also right now. But we also had virtual college tours, and we got to speak to some college students and hear about their colleges and what they liked about it, and gave us tips and insight on how to do that process.
That is all good stuff. And Jasmine, what have you been involved in thus far?
Yeah, I'm also in that Tuesday class. So it's every Tuesday from 6 to 9. And I feel it's very intensive, but it's very informative. And there's a saying that Dr. Marshall and Miss Demetra, they told us the more you know is the more you owe. And I think that's very truthful and important, especially with Black History Month, even though it's every month, but did a real deep dive.
That's so awesome. I'm so happy to hear all of this. Now, here's a big question. Let's talk about colleges, your aspirations, and any colleges that you are looking into right now. Well, how's that going?
Well, for me, I don't have a specific focus, and that's like very stressful to me. It's mostly because I have like many interests and I don't want to like settle down and do one thing. But I know for sure I probably want to go to a UC somewhere Southern California, because I would like to challenge myself and like break away and be like more independent from like all I've known, like this city. But I also like that it's only like an hour and a half flight away from my home, so I can like see my mom or come back if there's any urgency.
Yeah, you're near and far. It totally works. And I changed my major several times. So it's okay to have a lot of interests in a lot of areas that you want to study and follow, and you'll find your way. And I actually think that's really cool that you have a lot of interests. That means you're just gonna change the world even more. Tagate, what are you thinking about college?
Well, I would like my focus college or target college is UC Berkeley. It's a college that's not too far from home, but it's also a very good college that could give me a very high level of education. But also, I also don't know too much about what I want to do with my future. So I feel like college is going to give me a good taste of a variety of different interests that I would be able to acquire. And I hope that through college, I will find my purpose.
Oh, you absolutely will. And there's like both of you are fine. Jazzy, it's fine to have multiple interests. And T, it's fine to, want to go on a road of discovery and find your passion and find your voice. It's all good. So final question. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years from now? What are you going to be doing? Tagate, how's that looking?
I feel like oftentimes when I feel stressed from a variety of different things, whether that's school or my personal life, I always get like stressed out, but then in the end it always gets better. There's always a solution. And I feel like in 5 years, I'm gonna feel like college, high school, it was nothing. It was just a step to my future. So I feel like it's gonna be very relieving after in 5 years after graduating college and etc.
Sounds good. Listen, I get stressed out too all the time. It's okay. We just have to find ways to manage it. Jazzy, 5 years, superstar. What are you going to be doing?
Well, best believe I will be hoping to graduate college. That's my number one goal, because that will take me open doors to all success that I need. But also, I do see myself taking the time for myself to celebrate my achievements and traveling the world.
Randy, you're absolutely right. These kids are so mature and so poised. I wish I would have had this kind of insight and self-awareness when I was your age. You're already halfway there. Let me just say that, okay? I'm so proud of both of you. Again, it was such a pleasure to meet you, and we're going to be working with you. Like I said, our Black Employee Resource Group, Black Excellence, we're going to be working with you every step of the way. I cannot wait to watch you grow and watch you shine and watch Jazzy strut her stuff on the stage, whatever stage that's going to be. Most importantly and most excitedly, I'm looking forward to watching the two of you change the world. So congratulations. Round of applause, please.
Thank you.
For Tagate and Jazzy. Thank you both. Incredible. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Nice seeing you again.
You too. Thank you. I'm your honorary grandma, kids, by the way. You got another grandma. Okay. All right. I think it's time to bring in our community partners, as the fund has teamed up with experts to create a support team for the scholars as they work together to overcome the barriers that Black students in San Francisco face. And now it is my honor to welcome two very special and important guests. My longtime friend, Dr. Joseph Marshall, Executive Director of Alive and Free, affectionately known as DOC, and my new friend, Ms. Diane Gray, co-founder and program director of 100% College Prep. It's great to see you both again, and we thank you so, so much for all the knowledge and expertise that you are bringing to this program. I personally want to, just thank you both for your lifetime commitment to our students, our Black students and underprivileged students. I appreciate so much of everything that you both do. So good to see you. So we're going to start with having you both tell us a little bit about your organization and what you all do. And Ms. Diane, let's start with you.
Absolutely. So first of all, it's just a privilege to be here. 100% is College Prep is so grateful to be a part of the Giants Community Fund family and a part of this inaugural Willie Mays Scholars, just supporting our Black students. So 100% College Prep started in 1999. My cousin and I were already volunteering in our community where we grew up in the Bayview Hunters Point community. And in our volunteer work, just had a conversation with a group of young people where we were volunteering and wanted to do more for them around educating them and exposing them to college careers as they prepare for their futures. And so we had no intention of starting a nonprofit organization. It really, really just happened based upon our love for our community and wanting to see young people return to our community as great citizens and adding to our city at large. And so today we have after-school programs that provide tutoring and college support. We have a partnership with San Francisco State where students can earn college credit as they're in high school. We also are in 3 high schools and 1 middle school here in San Francisco Unified School District, where we have actual staff placed in each one of those schools. And so we're in school, out of school, and we're just trying to, again, make sure that our students, again, are exposed and that they fly. Willie Mays said, and I quote, the main thing in young kids' life is education. That's education in school, out of school, and we want to make sure that our young people are, that they have the opportunities, just as Tagate said, all of the interest that they have in what Jazzy said as well, and just finding their purpose. And so that's what 100% is all about.
Thank you, Ms. Diane. I can't wait to, you get in the trenches and work with you. We had a great phone conversation. I think that was last month. So I'm so excited to work with you. And Dr. Joseph Marshall, we go way back, ladies and gentlemen, to my radio days on 106 KMEL. If anybody remembers the groundbreaking show, Street Soldiers, which Dr. Marshall brought to our airwaves. So I know everything about you and the work you've been doing, but please share with our audience about Alive and Free.
Thank you. Look, I cannot look at you without all those memories flooding back. It's impossible. I mean, I've been listening to you on the radio for years, the morning show. I could give people a history lesson, but I want to say this, Renelle, I love you. And just everything you've done has just been so remarkable. I mean, all the way through. You're sent to the Giants, you're continuing work. So, this is Black History Month, but you made Black history.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We love you. All of us do.
Thank you for that.
Free for years, it was known as Omega Boys Club because in the end, we wanted to just do boys, but girls quickly came. So our goal is always to keep them alive, unharmed by violence, and free from incarceration. This is actually our 35th year. Our 35th birthday is this Saturday. So we'll be saying 35 years of Alive and Free Omega Boys Club and 30 years on KMEL. So the thing has been a miracle. Sometimes I realize we were founded during Black History Month. So this was ordained. ordained. And my background, I was, a teacher and administrator in San Francisco for years. Went to the University of San Francisco when I came up here from Los Angeles. Kids have always been my thing. There's a joke, I'm the oldest of nine, and my parents would leave the house and leave them all with me. So I think that's where it's all take care of my brothers and sisters. But things would happen, and I think anybody knows a little bit about history. When we started our organization, it was in the middle of the whole crack cocaine era. A lot of young people were getting involved in gangs and drugs, and I ended up going to funerals. So I decided to create this program, basically to keep my current students close, and to guide them past all of the landmines that they were stepping on. And then they brought their friends, and it just started to grow. A few weeks after, they started coming for these, what we call our family meetings, where we would basically discuss intense issues. So we didn't do a lot of extracurricular activities. My main thing was finding out what was going on in your homes, in your neighborhood, those things that were derailing you, causing you to fall and stumble, sometimes permanently. And they said they wanted to belong to this thing. So I made a commitment then, and I'm really happy that, after 35 years, we still have been able to keep this commitment, that I wanted to impact their lives in a permanent basis, or as permanent as I could do it. And that was education. I still can't control the economy, but I could do something about education. It's a big thing to me, and I want to give them an opportunity, to the extent that I would not only help them find colleges, but help pay for college. And the rest has just been great. I mean, I'm smiling because I don't think about myself until you hit 35 years. I was only 10 when you started by.
That's right. That's right.
And my first college graduate was in 1993, a girl from San Francisco State. My first male college graduate was in 1994 from Morris Brown in Atlanta, Georgia. And he was the one from the jailhouse to the schoolhouse, a bunch of headlines. And then the kids just started going to college, and we were able to find the money and get them through. This year, celebrating at the end of the year, we'll have 264 college graduates. It's just, sometimes I don't even believe the numbers. And I got 50 in college right now, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Radio skills are going on, and we teach this prescription to people around the country. I go a lot of places and teach them how we keep young people alive and free. So it's been marvelous. It's been marvelous. I'm just glad I'm able. I'll tell you something that's blown me away, and I'm gonna just say this. 35 years, a lot happened. But when you put a mother and then her daughter through college, that is just crazy.
Wow.
A father and a son through college, that is, you really realize how old you are when you affect 2 generations of young people. But obviously this was a natural for us, partnering with Giants, doing something about the plight of our, of our Black youth. And we're just glad to be asked, and we're loving doing it. And I just want to say to Sagate, Jasmine, and I'm gonna throw Jermaine in there, the 311 graders that we got, they have been wonderful. They have been wonderful, because we're pretty demanding, but they are just, we can't wait to coast them all the way through into, and then get that college degree. Thank you.
I know. They are just remarkable. I continue to be so impressed by them. And Diane and Doc, both of you, just remarkable, the work that you have done for so long. And you said it was ordained, and the universe knows what it wants y'all to do. So you're right where you need to be. And we could not be more grateful and excited to have you partnering with us. Why, Miss Diane, was it important for you to team up with the Community Fund on this program?
Geez, I have to say, first of all, Doc was the one that brought me in. I called Doc my big brother. And we had worked on a number of things previous to us being partners with the Giants Community Fund. And a lot of our kids, we shoot them right over to Alive and Free as well. And so we share kids, which has been wonderful, probably over the last 5 years, huh, Doc, that we've actually shared students. And so when he was approached about, joining this just like amazing opportunity, he was like, you know what, I got to bring in my partner. She's gonna start with the youth at our freshmen, and then we're gonna pull it out in the as they're going through their high school career. And so we're partnering in a way where we're working with the 9th and 10th graders, and Doc will be working with the 11th and 12th graders, and we'll still be working together hand in hand with these students. We do college tours as well. We do the annual Historical Black College, and we also do local colleges. And so definitely those students that are in Alive and Free also go on those tours as well. So that's how we're going to really continue to partner and continue to make sure that these students have everything that they need to make the decision that they want for themselves.
So Doc, how did this happen? How did they reach out to you? How did you get the call? Tell me how this whole thing started.
Who you know is everything. So a member of the Community Fund Board is Lindbergh Porter.
Oh, yes.
Terrific guy. Lindbergh is a trustee at the University of San Francisco, and I was a trustee at the University of San Francisco. We knew each other, and as they began to discuss this after Giants Community Fund, he said, well, I got somebody, who knows a lot about getting kids through college. And then he reached out to me. He connected me with everybody else. And from then on, it was a natural. It was a natural. Diane is right. That's my little sister. But that's grown out of a very personal and professional relationship. We've been working together for years. We complement each other. The things we do, her program does, and the things our program does. So we wanted to put the best team together to support these young people and get them through school. So as we began to talk about, I said, I need somebody else here I think who can fill in all the other gaps on this conveyor belt. And that's how it happened. It went relatively smoothly. And again, we're thrilled to be part of this.
We are.
This is unprecedented. I mean, maybe somebody else is doing this. I don't know who. I hear there's some team back east is doing it, but I don't know that. But for the Giants to do this is just astounding. When I first heard about it, I said, they're going to do what? They're going to do what? And, the response to what's been going on, I know it's clearly in response to what's been going on in the country. And we all know that, from George Floyd to Ahmaud Arbery and everything that's going on, there is a need to help our young people make it through and get through. And so we're just grateful for the Giants to say we're going to do it, and grateful for them to invite us to help them do it.
Well, we're grateful to you both. This is an extraordinary collaboration. It really is. Before I wrap with you both, can you share some words of advice for our inaugural class of Willie Mae Scholars, and maybe for some students that are in the audience tonight, watching tonight as well, as they embark upon their academic journey of higher education?
You go first, Doc.
I would say we want them to grow and get it's funny, Randy's an athlete, he gets this. And a lot of our time for young people is maximizing their ability. And it's the same with academics, maximizing your time. We don't want them to shortchange themselves. And I say we're tough on them because we have high expectations, but they can easily rise to those expectations because it's already in them. They just need somebody to help them get there. And we just love working with them. Much as the Giants coaching staff loves coaching these kids, coaching the players to success, we love doing that. And you heard us say, the more you know, the more you owe. As you go grow in life and have success, you must help others to do likewise. By the way, Giants, you can have that model because that's exactly what you're doing. Dancing, the more you know, the more you owe. That's what you're doing here. There's nobody like them. They're one of a kind, and good that they can do for everybody and themselves and their families. When you go to funerals, the opposite is going to a college graduation.
Mm-hmm.
That college graduation, you know that, Renee. There's all joy. And this is joy. So to Gote and Jasmine and Jermaine and the two I got coming up and the ones in the future, everybody wins with this. Everybody wins with this. And so you follow our direction, it'll be all good.
Miss Diana, some words of advice to our young people.
Yeah, definitely. We're here to support. I think I said this in my speech on that wonderful night back in November. We're here to just support you in any way that you need. One of the coachisms from Alive and Free is we're not all related, but we're family. And I want to let our young people know that both Doc and I are here for them as their families would be. And we're a part of their families. And we're that part that's going to educate them about all that's out there and all that is there for them to discover. And so we want to just let them know that. I want to also give a shout out to the Giants Community Fund team. Bradley, Nicole, they have just been wonderful. It just has been smooth, every little detail. It's just been, and Paul, it's just been a great, like Doc had said, just wonderful working with them. And it's just been smooth. It really has been smooth. And they are a really great team to work for.
We're so happy to have you as a part of our Giants Community Fund family. And before I let you go, I told you Doc and I go way back. And since we're talking about education, can you see that?
Oh,
that Doc presented me when I got an honorary doctorate at USF in 2018.
Oh my gosh.
Did I show that okay? Can you see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see it. Mm-hmm.
And wonderful. Then little known fact, Doc and I were also married for a while. I'm kidding. We weren't. I'm just kidding. But that's my boy. That's my brother. So listen.
Do not tell Tommy that. Okay.
He's watching. It's fine. No. I just want y'all to know how much Joe means to me, how much he has helped me throughout our friendship and my career. And Diana, again, it's a pleasure. I can't wait to, dig down deep and get to work with you. I just really so much, not just for collaborating with us, but for your lifelong commitment to education and particularly for underserved communities. And we're so happy to have you on our team. So thank you both so much. And I look forward to working with you, with these kids in the future. Yeah. Diane Gray, Doc Marshall, let's hear it. Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, well, we're about to wrap tonight's event, and we want to ensure that this is a community commitment because it takes a village, y'all. So Doc and Diane, actually, if you could let our viewers know how they can get involved in supporting your organizations, how can they volunteer and donate? Doc, you want to go first?
Website, which is stayaliveandfree.org. All the information is on there. Send us your kids. You can learn as much about us. Everything's there, and you can reach me directly. My email is there with any questions. That's probably we'll do that for now.
Okay, that sounds good. Miss Diane, 100% college prep.
Right, and for 100% college prep, our website is 100collegeprep.org. So that's 100collegeprep.org. And the same thing, you'll find all the information, application links, scholarships, all of that information. And just hit us up if you wish to volunteer with us. We would love to have you. We're always looking for math tutors.
Oh, good. Put that word out. All right. Thank you both so much. We all look forward to working with you for years to come on the Willie Mae Scholars Program. Thank you so much, Doc and Miss Diane. And for all of you watching, to join us in supporting our mission, go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen to learn more and to find out how you can donate, and we thank you in advance for that. A huge thank you to Randy, to Gate, Jazzy J, Dr. Joe, Diane Gray. Thank you all for your time this evening. Shout out to the countless donors and supporters who stepped up to the plate to make this dream a reality. Together, as one team, we hope to create a more equitable world for Black youth. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Happy Black History Month. Fingers crossed, I'll see you at the ballpark this season. I hope so. Thank you all so much for joining us. See y'all soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Renell.
Thank you, sweetheart.